Okay guys, my camera guy tells me the network was bad. So let me give quick tips. One, never go ephehleweni without vivid dreams, without dreams that you can make sense of, without seeing things like this, seeing things like that, without actually seeing yourself in a space where people like us reside. Go into ephehleweni with a dream that is very distinctive, that is very clear, that actually speaks to some of the things that Gobela does. Then you know that you're going to the right place. Number two, before you go ephehleweni, stop doing a lot of social media researches, because we all have different perspectives, different understandings of what ubungoma is and what type of gifts mean what, because you're going to get yourself conflicted. Number three, listen to the direction and the insights of your ancestors. If you can't make sense of it, it is time that you seek a spiritual healer who can help unpack some of the things that you are struggling to make sense of. And how do you know you are with the right spiritual healer? The things that they do for you bring you back into light. The things that they do for you, they bring you into alignment. And it doesn't mean that because this person is a well-known healer, or this person has been highly recommended, or this person has been in the game for a long time, it's a person that is meant for you and your ancestors. It doesn't mean that age ehlozini sometimes does not apply, because remember, amadlozi akuhlobo. So there's a relationship that gets built between your ancestors and their ancestors, that they know what they are seeking of each other in order for you to be made well and be in alignment. Number four, patience is key. So you have to be very patient. Don't go because you are desperate to fix things. Don't go because you're being threatened that you're going to die and lose things. Yes, those things are a possibility, but in Edlozin, if there's an agency or an emergency for you to do it, it means that they will respond with you with the right kind of messages that can clarify your path. Always say that it is your gift that you are gifting me. Lead me, show me into a space and a place in which not all of me is going to be destroyed or not be in alignment. So you cannot be, your ancestors cannot say to you, go to a place and not make ways and provide provision for you to actually, thrive in that place. 5, ephehleweni kunzima. It's tough. It is difficult. You need to understand that everything that is done for you is to birth and is to transform and transcend that dust into gold and glitter. Because when you go into there, we need to clean and scrub that black stone that gold is, and it gets put through the most extreme of heats in order for it to transform. You also need to distinguish between the person whom you are engaging with as just a healer, or whom you know because somebody knows them, or as a family member, or as a relative who's a sangoma. The minute they step into the role of being your gobela, you are not only being mentored by the person in the physical form, but also by the spiritual entity which the gifts comes from. So loyo muntu unehlozi lakhe. So you need to distinguish, because you need to expect the unexpected. So the minute it doesn't feel right, it is not right. The minute there's a level of doubt, then don't go. Rather ask for further clarity. Do not change, do not confirm, do not sign up for things that you are not ready for. And readiness has nothing to do with money. Readiness has nothing to do with the whole world supporting you and railing for your path to be taken and for your journey to be taken. Readiness does not mean things are well put together. Readiness, it's a feeling that nobody else can explain it for you, but you can feel it for yourself, and it rings true to you, that irrespective of no matter what, this is what I want and this is what I need. Because you go ephehleweni because nothing in the world makes sense. So you cannot be ephehleweni and still want the things that don't make sense. You're going there because the outside world no longer serves you. You are seeking retreat, you're seeking refuge, you're seeking peace, because the world as it currently stands, it is broken pieces for you. So you need to understand your reasons of going ephehleweni. You need to have something that's going to be your motivator, that's going to keep you energized, that's going to keep you focused. Build a mantra, build a ritual that if the tough gets going, you can call upon it. And remember, you are not held at hostage by no one. So when you are signing up for that thing, it's because they did not call you. Your gobela did not call you to come to us. So you need to also hold yourself responsible and accountable for your journey, because there are principles of engagement that needs to be respected and adhered to, and you cannot go comparing leyo mithetho nezinye impande, because if they wanted you empandene blue, they would have taken you to a blue impande. If they wanted you empandene orange, make peace with where you've been taken, because if your ego gets into the way of your divinity, your ego is going to mantle up your shine, and you will not get to understand who your people are, because that space is meant to teach you to understand the people who've gifted you this gift. That place is meant to teach you some basic ritual of speaking, hearing those who have gifted you this gift. That's what the fundamental thing. That place, it's meant to facilitate personal individual healing before it can facilitate family healing, and before it can teach you full healing. And understand that ephehleweni, it's a space in which a lot will be revealed for you. So there's going to be a lot of triggers, and when you're done with the process, you might require further healing outside phehlo life, because some things might have been revealed. They might have made sense for you that didn't make sense. Certain childhood traumas and pains might actually be magnified ephehleweni. Do not leave bitter. You are there to be made better, because the choice at the end of the day, your perception determines your trajectory. Your perception determines your projection. Your perception determines your outlook on how things are. If you are there and you feel like a victim and like a hopeless victim, you'll go out with that mentality. You are there to transform your psyche as well, because you are there not only to be made into a fully fleshed ubungoma, but you are there to be made into a better person. And sometimes when the old leaves have to die, we need to shred them off, and we need to cut them off. The tree does not complain when its leaves have to be shed off. It understands that those are dead leaves that need to die, because you are taught certain life principles. You are taught certain principles as a man and as a woman. You are taught independence. You are taught to take responsibility and accountability for yourself. So there's a lot of things you need to learn. And remember, you're an adult and you're going in to become a child, and you're going to somebody else's household. So there's certain etiquettes that you need to adhere to. What you resist will persist. So when you become more stubborn, you make your process much more harder. So go in there somewhat mentally prepared for yourself, emotionally ready for something, and always be open to everything and attached to nothing. Do not compare. Do not compete. It's not a race. You are on your own path. You are on your own journey. It is your journey with you and your people, and it is important to always listen to the direction of where they are leading you to. That's why you need to mute the social media noise. That's why you need to mute even me as Kokodino, because what am I telling you? I might be telling you something that contradicts with the message that your people are saying. So it is time to mute me. It is time to cut me off until you can clearly listen and know that you are definitely being guided and directed by your people. And remember, your Gobela does not need to know it all, because we are always actually students before we can actually master our own masteries. Because a great teacher is one who's also being willing to learn from their students. The minute you go into with I know it all, you'll never be taught anything. A full hand has no space to receive the new. So go, your tintita, some of the things that you think you know because you've been following this group and you've been following this Gogo, and this Gogo has been saying that you need to go there with an openness, an open heart, an open spirit, an open mind. There is so much possibility with what can happen to it, because greatness gets cultivated where there's clarity. Greatness gets cultivated where there's openness. You cannot build your greatness if you are clouded by so many other things. So I hope this stream was very useful. There's a lot I can say about the things to consider before going ephehleweni, and also consider that, for those whose families are being very supportive and things, enroll them. Consider whom you want to bring on board as a support system. I said that earlier on, as a support system to help support you. The person whom you know that irrespective of how emotional or dramatic and panic attack you can get, there will be a reflection of truth. You need that type of person who can keep you going when the tough gets going. You need a buddy, and sometimes the buddy will not appear before, they might appear during. And always humble yourself. Humility, surrender. Let go and let God. Let go and let Lozi, because when you let Lozi, then you can glow in the glory in which they have called you to do. It's just my guidance from my own experiences of certain things, and it's okay to be taken somewhere else and be redirected. Do not redirect yourself because of your own preferences, because now there's this new thing happening with this mbande that you are feeling like this is enticing or this is convenient. You don't go ephehleweni because of convenience, because you go ephehleweni because you want to make well what is not well within self. And sometimes it means shredding off and letting go of a lot so that actually the gold in you can glow. Till next time, love and light, beloveds.